Always great catching up with my next guest. He's going to be back in action. UFC Seattle, February 22nd. It is always great chatting with Modestas Bukauskas back here on the program. Modestas, how are you, man?
Mate, always good to speak to you. Yeah, doing very well, thank you. Tired, but feeling good.
Yeah, and appreciate you mustering up the energy to do this interview. Always good chatting with you, like I mentioned. Tell me how this all came together. When did you find out about the fight, and how did this all come together?
Oh, like it must have been a couple of weeks ago. I mean, literally, it was just like kind of out of the blue. Um, to be honest, so I had one fight that was sort of in the works, and that fell through, and stuff like this. And then I wanted to actually fight Alonzo Menafield, but then he got offered to fight Umar Sy now in London. I figured that would probably, that I would probably get that fight, but it didn't happen, and it's all good. And now I've got, a very tough opponent in Raffael Cerqueira. Pretty much as soon as I got the name, obviously, load of excitement. And you're like, yeah, let's go, let's do this. At the end of the day, whoever they put in front of me, I got to take them out. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to do that.
Did you know anything about Seattle before taking this fight? Because obviously it's like a coastal city in the U.S. It rains a bit there. Did you know anything about Seattle?
Mate, I've never. Do you know what? It's funny. The only places, I don't know how many places I've been to in America. I've been more to like the southern states and then obviously Vegas. But yeah, I've never been. Funny enough, I haven't actually been to California either. But yeah, no, I haven't been up that way at all.
Okay.
So I have absolutely no clue about it. The only thing I know is that they got that building, the one with like the end. Is it like the
Space Needle, the Space Needle.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only thing I really know about Seattle.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Well, the arena you're fighting, and I've been telling all the fighters this because I follow hockey, and they have a hockey team there, the NHL team. They're called the Seattle Kraken. But the arena climate pledge, it's this like state of the art like new arena that they built not that long ago. It's one of the newer arenas out there. So it's actually I think where you guys are going to be fighting is like underground, which is kind of cool.
Oh wow, that is really cool. That is really. Do you know what? I did have a cheeky little check to see, what arena am I fighting at and stuff like this. But yeah, it looks amazing from the pictures and everything. So I can imagine in person it's going to be even more spectacular.
Yeah, should be great. Let's talk quickly about your last fight, man. What a performance that was, getting that third round finish over Prashino. I know you want to go out there and get finishes. You got one in this fight. Just how much of must have been a bit of a weight lifted off your shoulders too, because you've had wins, but to go out there and get a finish, that's always nice on the resume.
Oh yeah, and especially to get a finish, in my home country as well. You know what I mean?
Right,
First time fighting at home in the UFC in Manchester, the crowd were absolutely amazing. I'm not gonna lie to you though, bro. After that head kick, I swear to God, even now looking back at it, I don't remember anything. So the fact that I was able to do everything after that, like apparently when I went to the corner, like I just like my dad was like looking at me, he's looking all cross-eyed. You know what I mean? So
you did all that off instinct. That's crazy.
Well, yeah, this is like literally that I've told so many people about it. I'm like, it was literally just me on autopilot after that because I was so close. I was like thinking, oh my God, this is my chance to get a finish. I'm thinking I'm going to get like a TKO or something, and the next thing out of nowhere, this head kick comes, and then I'm like, and then at that point, like I said, like I just don't remember everything that I did after the fight was all like predetermined, like. I did the backflip and like said happy birthday to my stepmom and everything. It was all stuff that I'd visualized beforehand, but me actually remembering doing it, not so much. So but obviously it was amazing to get the finish. I wanted to get the finish a different way. Obviously I wanted to, if everything would have went the way that I wanted it to, I would have finished him after that right hand that I dropped him with. But listen, first time I got a submission in the UFC, I got to be happy with that. And yeah, like I said, especially at home, happy with it.
Let's talk about Cerqueira, 11-1 record. What do you know about him? How do you feel like you match up against him here?
Yeah, so from what I can, he trains with a good gym. I believe he trains with Almeida, so I can imagine his ground game's pretty good. I've seen he's got a couple of submission wins. He's got a very very loose sort of eloquent style of striking, especially with like the heavy kicks and everything. Like I say, he's dangerous. Obviously, I know in his last outing he didn't have the best performance, but that means that he's going to be coming even more with all guns blazing for his next for his fight against me. he wants to rewrite that part of the story. You know what I mean? So I can expect him to be the most explosive, the most dangerous that he's ever been. But I'll be ready for that.
Take me through camp a bit. Anything different? Who's been some of the main training partners helping you get ready for this one?
Actually, Simeon Powell is going to be joining me.
Oh, nice.
In the corner. So for those that don't know, obviously he fights in the PFL. Really athletic, really good striker, very high level fighter. But yeah, I've brought him into the camp because he's a good friend of mine, and not only that, he's insanely skillful. So that's one addition that I've made. And obviously I've just now started going back up again to Liverpool to train with Tom Aspinall and his team, and I've got to tell you, it's just amazing training with those guys. I mean, literally, if you saw the picture from today, the amount of heavyweights that were there, and again, me being the smallest guy, like it was, like literally the land of the giants. Do you know what I mean? But it was so obviously I'm training up there, and I'll be doing that pretty much every week now, and I'll be staying up there for a bit longer than I did. Like last time, I only came up for 2 days every time. Now I'm coming up for 4 days every single time. So I'm getting some really good work in. So yeah, I mean, like I say, I think I will definitely be the best prepared that I've ever been, and it's a testament to every camp. I think I'm sort of learning new things, and every single time I feel like I'm leveling up. So this one's already better than the last one. So yeah, like I say, it just makes me more looking forward to the fight.
And you mentioned, Powell being in your corner. Who else is going to be making the trip with you to Seattle? And when are you getting there? Are you going to go like on the Sunday, or are you going a little bit later?
Yeah, so we're getting there on the 15th. So that's exactly a week before. One of my other training partners is joining me on the Monday instead. But yeah, obviously my dad's coming up with me, and also Sebastian Heil. He was actually in my corner in London. He's my good friend from Germany. Another good trainer. It's mad because I used to train with him when I think I must have been like 22, and he was 30 at the time. And we trained at Jackson Wink together. So we were training around with like all the big names over there. Arlovsky, John Jones, and Phil Hawes and stuff like that. There was like but that's when I first met him, and we've kept in contact ever since. And yeah, he's got a really good technical mind. Do you know what I mean? Like very good for coaching. So yeah, man. Like I say, I'm going to take him. He did an amazing job for me, and he cares about me. The thing I've got in my team is that everyone, like I said, as much as I care about them, they care about me. So it definitely helps me to get the best out of myself. So yeah, it's good, man.
And Greg Jackson's going to be there on Fight Week because he'll be there for Steve Garcia, so you'll get to see Greg.
That's great. Yeah. I don't know if you'll recognize me, but yeah, I'm definitely going to say hi. So
yeah, there you go. I just because I talked to Steve just before I hopped on with you, so yeah, kind of worked out well. Nice. Steve Garcia, that is. That's he's fighting Barbosa on that card. So there we go.
Yeah, another big fight. Bloody hell, yeah.
This is a stacked event, man. I gotta say, like, I know it's always nice to. I'm sure you would have liked to fight in London or even on a pay-per-view or whatever. But as far as fight nights goes, this is one of the best they've done in a while. Like if you look at top to bottom, like even you being on the prelims, like it just goes to show how stacked this event is, right?
You've got even Anthony Hernandez, and he's fighting
Brendan Allen, the rematch, because they fought in LFA years ago, so they're finally doing the rematch.
That's mate, and like obviously Cejudo and
Curtis Blades on this card Rob too,
Front,
right?
Curtis Blades. So yeah,
Dominic Cruz's last fight.
Yeah, I know it's mad. Yeah, Dominic's retirement fight as well. So this is absolutely mad. It's actually an honor to be on a card with such amazing superstars. But yeah, man, like I say, I'm looking forward to it, and it spurs me on to put on even more of a performance because, like I say, more eyes are going to be watching because there's so many amazing fighters on that card.
How's this fight playing out on February 22nd? How do you see it going down?
The only way that it's going to happen is going to be me getting my hand raised, mate. Like I say, he's dangerous. He's got tools he's got tools that I know are going to be dangerous for me. But at the same time, like I just feel like I'm way more skilled. I'm a much better fighter, and I need to go out there and take him out. At the end of the day, this is my job to go out there and take him out. So that's exactly what's going to happen.
Always got to ask you about a couple other fights. Down a weight class from you, we've got that big fight with Israel Adesanya and Nasruddin Imavov headlining that Saudi card February 1st. 5 rounds. Who takes it? Who do you think gets it done?
I'm going to go with Adesanya.
Okay. What about the middleweight title fight? Dricus du Plessis, Sean Strickland. Who's taking that rematch?
I've got to say, probably Dricus.
Okay. Weili Zhang, Tatiana Suarez for the women's strawweight title. Who takes that?
I'm going to go with Tatiana Suarez. Yeah.
Okay. Main event of your card, Henry Cejudo, Yadong Song. Who's winning that?
I think Cejudo. Yeah.
Okay. It looks like this is happening for London. We'll assume it is, but Leon Edwards, Jack Della Maddalena at welterweight. Who's taking that?
Leon Edwards, man. Got to go with my boy.
Figured as much. And last one, big one in your weight class, Jan Blachowicz and Carlos Ulberg. Who's winning that fight?
Oh, that's a tough one, man. But I'll say Ulberg.
Okay. And this one hasn't been booked yet, but we found out last week, Ariel Helwani reporting, it looks like Alex Pereira and Magomed Ankalaev is going to take place. That's your weight class. Who takes that fight, do you think? Because obviously Ankalaev brings something a bit different. You know, Pereira's mainly fought a lot of strikers, other than maybe Jan Blachowicz, because he's got a bit of the ground game too. But what do you make of that fight if it does happen? Pereira, Ankalaev, what's your assessment of that fight, and who do you think wins?
Yeah, because obviously Ankalaev's got, you know, the full toolbox, and you know, it'll be interesting to see whether he will actually use his wrestling against Pereira, because no one has been. I mean, you know, obviously Pereira is training in the grappling, he's training in the takedown defense and stuff like this. So, you know, the thing is, everyone's leveling up every single fight. So, you know, it's very hard to tell. But I mean, I'm still leaning towards Pereira though, because I mean, judging by both of their last performances, I mean, Pereira just looks extremely sharp, especially with the striking. And even if you catch him with something, he still comes back with something more. And, you know, Ankalaev, although he looked good, I feel like Pereira's striking style is going to present a lot of problems as well. And I believe Ankalaev's southpaw. Is he?
Yeah, I'd have to check that out. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think you might be right about that, actually. Yeah. I'm thinking about it.
So and again, it's like Pereira seemed to do very well against Roundtree, you know, being a southpaw. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Pereira on that one.
Do you have any goals for this year? I know sometimes, I mean, everyone kind of makes goals for you know the calendar year. We're in January. Do you have it? Is it just, you know, keeping active? Is it getting ranked? Like, what are some things all those things? I read your mind.
Oh yeah, no, you literally hit the nail on the head there. I mean, I want to be in that top 15, man. I feel like basically I have to. I know this is a bit of a vague goal, but in my head I know exactly what it means. But it's just to make some noise, man. Like I feel like, you know, last year I only had one fight. You know what I mean? And I feel like you need to, in this day and age, in this era, in this fighting game, you need to make some noise. You need to get people drawing in. You need to get the attention, get the sparks flying. You need to, do you know what I mean? You need to put on those amazing performances that people will remember you by. And I feel like I haven't necessarily, I mean, yeah, like my last fight was entertaining, but I feel like I need to do more. I need to make some noise this year. So, you know, I plan to start that on February 22nd. And yeah, I want to move into the rankings. I really want to make a statement to get myself working towards obviously the belt, which is everyone's main goal. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to be known as just some guy, oh yeah, he's had a couple of fights in the UFC, win some, lose some. No. I'm going for that championship level. You know what I mean? So for me, this year is all about making noise. And the only way you're going to do that is win and win impressively. So that is what I set out to do.
How are your holidays? Did you get to enjoy yourself a bit even with this fight coming up?
Yeah, I did actually, and the reason why I'm wearing a hat, I actually had a hair transplant.
Oh, you went to Turkey like everyone else. Nice. Well, good for you, man.
Now hair time, really great. And do you know what the thing is? Because I never usually take time off. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm always training, and I thought since I haven't got a fight booked right now, it's funny because my manager Jason was out there as well, actually, which is funny. So we were actually there together, but yeah, like I figured I'll get that. I actually got a new tap. I'll give a little glimpse.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
But it's,
looks like an eagle or something.
It's a phoenix.
Oh, phoenix. Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
Need to brush up on my
the story of my life. You know what I mean? The rising from
the ashes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So you know, obviously that was very sentimental. That meant a lot to me, and I have to admit the artist was sick. Like It's funny because I saw her on Instagram. She was doing like portraits of dogs on people, like with the tattoos and everything, and they look so realistic. I'm like, can you do the same thing just with like a bird or a phoenix? If I give you that, and yeah, she's done an amazing job. So yeah, so I got the tattoo, I got the hair transplant. Obviously, chilled a little bit, but you know, I got the fight pretty soon. Before, I think it was like, but even before Christmas. I can't remember exactly when I got the fight signed, but yeah, I was literally training all through Christmas, all through New Year's and everything. But in a way, I kind of like I enjoy doing something different than everyone else is doing. It's like, you know, oh, everyone's like kind of celebrating or you know partying or eating or whatever, and me, I was like I had to stay on point. I kind of enjoyed that. I kind of enjoyed being a little bit different, I guess you could say. It's like, you know, I'll do my celebrating later on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And my last question, actually, it's not a question. I just want to tell you, I'm going to be going to your fight. So we'll finally get to meet in person. I know you and I have been talking about this
amazing,
for a while.
Mate.
Yeah. So I'm super stoked about that. Because I live in Vancouver, Canada. It's a 3-hour drive for me because Seattle's right next to us. So.
Amazing. Yeah, so you're going to be there all through fight week and everything.
I'll be there all fight week. Yes, for sure. So if you need any,
yeah,
I know Seattle a little bit. I've been there a couple times, but I mean, I've been there actually more than a couple times. I've been there a bunch. So if you need any recommendations, I might be able to help out.
I really appreciate that. I really definitely,
so.
I'm definitely going to need some recommendations for food spots after weigh-ins.
Yeah.
But brother, come and say hi, man. That's going to be amazing.
I definitely will. Yeah. No, I'll be getting there Tuesday for fight week.
So. In person, innit? Yeah, no, it's going to be.
So it'll be cool. So you can finally know that I'm not like AI generator or anything, right? So there you go. It's all good. Modestas, thanks so much for doing this, man. A couple weeks, we're away from the fight, about 5 weeks, I guess. Anyone you want to thank before we get out of here? Any sponsors, any social media? The floor is yours, man.
Yeah, just Instagram MODYB24, Facebook Modestas Bukauskas, Baltic Gladiator for Twitter and or X is now called, sorry, and TikTok. Got to thank my management, Iridium Sports Agency, always, you know, get me all the good fights. You know, Jason and everyone part of the team, absolutely amazing. Obviously, got to thank my dad, got to thank Simeon, Sebastian, everyone, Tom, Andy, and their whole team. They're always very welcoming. I mean, I've just started back training with them, and such an amazing vibe, such an amazing team. This is what you want when you're doing your training. Just obviously thank you to my family as well. BST Academy always helping me out, always helping me to level up. Yeah, and just like I say, just everyone who's been around me, everyone who's close to me. I just got to send them a lot of love, because yeah, without them, I wouldn't be where I am. So much love to everyone.
There we go. All right, man.